So it is finally that time of the year. Well, actually, now it's the moment really that Brockhampton has decided to just announce their final album. I mean, these guys were always playing with us, they always been like back and forth in terms of what will really be, their final album of sort. When it comes to like Brockhampton and like, I guess, how legitimate they are, a credible source. They're like one of the least credible sources you could rely on, because it's like one year you could be hearing Kevin Abstract saying, oh yeah, we'll be doing this thing for 4 more years, and then the other Matt could be saying the next year, oh yeah, we're gonna finish this thing this year. So it's always back and forth. Nothing is definite. I mean, these guys literally said a few months ago, if I'm not mistaken, or last year, that they were gonna stop making records. They were just gonna call it quits. They were gonna take a hiatus. And a part of me was like, this feels cap, or this feels like way too soon. Another part of me was like, I understand. I mean, I'm not pissed off. I'm not really that mad, because to be honest, Brockhampton has been very consistent, and they've been dropping material every single year. I mean, ever since the saturation era, they have been extremely consistent. And even despite 2020, them not re-releasing a notable album release, really any album of sorts, they did release a Technical Difficulties sort of mixtape, where it was like a bunch of loose singles, which were honestly pretty cool. And they obviously followed that up the next year with Roadrunner New Lightning Machine, which is honestly one of my favorite records of 2021, and just a great return to the formal saturation-esque era that they used to do. I've been hearing theories that Amir might be in the album because of the cover art, and just like these eyes in the middle or something. It just sort of resemble like Amir's facial features. Honestly, if it does, I'm gonna be extremely hyped and I might cry. Like, I understand, Amir with the sexual allegation things, the past and stuff like that, obviously a big no-no, but just knowing how crucial of a figure Amir is to saturation, and I'm pretty sure he was quite literally the album cover in every saturation installment, like the trilogy in general, which just obviously screams that he was such an important part of saturation, or part of Brockhampton, part of what make Brockhampton so successful and so iconic and memorable. I feel that if he does make amends, and he does come into contact with Brockhampton, and they did settle it out, I would probably cry listening to the record, because it's just so great to see that part of healing, go through. Again, this is all just a bunch of assumptions. This is all a bunch of theories I just found on Twitter, and I'm still excited to just listen to it. I heard there was going to be some freeform jazz in this track. I might be wrong. I kind of heard some snippets on Instagram that they posted. If it's freeform jazz, like, these guys are one of the most versatile groups of all time for sure. Aside of them being the best boy band since One Direction, I mean, like, if they really do this thing with jazz and stuff like that, it's gonna be crazy. Which is just gonna fuel more hype for the freaking final album. I can't believe I'm saying final album, but let's just say this album. Let's remain hopeful. But yeah, anyway, I'm excited for this. I cannot wait to just see what's gonna happen with it. Last time I reacted to the lead single, it was Buzz Cut for Roadrunner New Lightning Machine with Danny Brown, which is absolutely like explosive, bombastic, all the adjectives you want to call it. Like, I could imagine this one is going to be the exact same in terms of the integrity, in terms of the explosion and stuff like that, the explosiveness. I'm assuming there's going to be a second half change up, or extremely good outro like they did with Buzz Cut. Who knows? Anyway, but yeah, let's just get right into the track, bro. Like, I am kind of like shaking right now. I hear the drum already. Oh shit, bro. Are we in bebop? Are we in bebop right now, bro? Like, okay, I know, I get it, bro. Like, I get that not every piece of jazz, is bebop-esque. I know it has some other name, bro. I get it, bro. I'm not a dumbass. However, you cannot tell me this does not sound like what's that, bro? What's the title of the name? NY Rush, yeah, NY Rush. Search that if you haven't seen Cowboy Bebop. You're probably a virgin. It's okay. I get it. We all go through that sometimes. It's not like I watched the show 3 times in 1 year, which is crazy, but it just proves why it's a go anime of all time. And we return to this. Search up NY Rush. Drum pace. It's similar to this one, even though it's a bit more jazzier and a bit more livelier. But this one, as I was saying, like, this drum break just reminds me of like Spike beating the shit out of criminals and stuff like that. Man, this is giving me some Beastie Boys vibes. It really is. Like, now listening to it, transitioning from the jazz segment to like the more, I guess, rougher old school hip hop type of sound. It's really giving me a bunch of Beastie Boy-esque type of sound. I can't explain it, dog. You know it's how magic be. You gotta bring it if you get in on the track with me. I don't think I've ever heard Kevin this hungry on a track in my life. I mean, I've had, but like right now, this guy is freaking hungry. It feels dirty to listen to him go this hard. I mean, it's some music. It's the true shit. Faggot nigga out of Houston, doing whatever the fuck I'm supposed to do. Yeah, my shenanigans no surprise when get sued. Whoa, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for pausing this song like a billion times, but it's like I'm trying to analyze every single piece or transition that's going on. Bro, keep in mind this song is 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This part's very short. We're 1 minute and 30 seconds in. There's been like 2 or 3 switch ups already, and I want to say, I don't know if this is like Kevin still rapping. It just sounds so much like Merlin for some reason. Bro, the flow is immaculate. He is like switching everything up, so it's like a bipolar. It's like dynamic. It's changing every single second. That song was not what I expected them to drop. I mean, for some reason I thought they were gonna go like full on jazz with this thing, but knowing Brockhampton, they're like the ADHD kids, and they're like always switching up the sound left and right, like just it's honestly crazy. It really is. Honestly, I wasn't expecting this track to be this short, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but even with I guess how brief this track is, I had a lot of fun listening to it. It was like so in your face, just like really any Brockhampton song. But what I enjoyed a lot was like the style that they're going for with this one. It sounds so like rough. It sounds really raw. It sounds dirty, sort of like lo-fi. I guess how the song was mixed in general was very, I guess, indie, like, I don't know how to correctly, I guess, identify it, but it just sounded kind of indie, kind of like rough, kind of lo-fi-ish, mixing with the vocals and stuff like that. And I honestly liked it. It gave me some old school hip-hop vibes. It gave me some contemporary vibes. It gave me a lot of vibes, if I'm being real. But man, I don't know if that was I'm pretty sure it was Kevin Abstract rapping. I don't know the second half of it. That was still him. If it was, props for him, because like that voice was like unrecognizable in the second half. Bro, the flow, as I said, was immaculate. His delivery was crazy. Lyrically, he's talking shit. He really is talking shit. You know, there was some, I don't want to say flexing in there, but some slight hints of flexing, I guess you could say. And I love the confidence in his voice. Like, Kevin has so much bass in his voice in general, and when he goes on such a long ass flow, long ass delivery, it just goes crazy. At the end, it sort of sounded like Denzel Curry in there, and I thought Denzel was actually going to be a feature in here, which is crazy. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm excited for this. Like, I honestly just want another single with this. I hope Brockhampton is like, yo, we're gonna release an extended version in the record and the album, make it like add more features and that. That would be crazy. That would be great, honestly. I think something, I guess the minor complaint that I have with this track would be like, if you could have added more members attached to this, and I get that, it's Kevin and stuff like that. I don't complain about Kevin stuff, but I think it would have been a great complimentary verse. Would have been from like someone like Matt, Matt Champion, Merlin, because I was confused with Merlin's second half, and since Kevin was going in this apeshit type of delivery, Merlin would have been such a great compliment, such a great complimentary voice, to blend in with this song in general. I guess somebody of that caliber that goes super high and it's just all over the place would have been great to add to this song. I think it was sort of like missing that, but overall I think the song is pretty great. It's giving us a vibe. Hopefully this is the direction they're aiming for. If it is, every song of the album is going to be crazy. There's going to be God knows how many transitions, and if it is, it might be the greatest thing they've done ever since Saturation Era. And just to let you know, it is getting dethroned with every album they've released. Like it's like Saturation Trilogy, and then there's like X album. Like, I think recently they had Roadrunner as like next to the Saturation Trilogy, dethroning Ginger. But yeah, I mean, I think with every album it's like dethroning their last one, which is crazy, and it just shows how they still have it in them. as I said, hopefully they're not actually disbanded. This is all cap. But if it is, I think as a lead single for their final record, this is great, and I cannot wait what the hell the family is all about. Anyway, what you guys think about this song? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. What was your rating, guys? Yeah, subscribe, turn notification bell on so you don't miss an upload from me. Turn a like of this video if you enjoyed this reaction. And yeah, see you guys next time. Peace out. Stay safe from COVID, and I heard there was a flu going on, so stay safe from that as well. And also, stream Big Pussy by Brockhampton.